squareness of the roof, I wouldn't worry about until your drip edge is on, because your drip edge is going to run where it's going to run, unless you're redoing, if you got a job where you have to redo your fascia. That church roof that I'm bidding on has the old style where they have the 90-degree fascia. It's not with the pitch of the roof, and they got the gutter that hangs off the top of the roof. So a job like that, I try and talk them into coming in there, cutting it back, putting new little rafter tails on there, and adding a fascia so it's straight like this. So when the gutter guys come in to put their gutter on, they can put it to the fascia and not the roof. Because that's one question that gentleman asked. The gutter clips go, will they continue on the roof? Because now they still have screws in there. So what happens there? Well, we can get it to fasten to the soft or the fascia. That alleviates those questions too. Okay, you got that drip edge? Right here. I need that drill. We're gonna need this one here. I don't know if you can see that. They used to have square heads like number 3 Phillips. Looks like they now have started a T25, which makes me happy because I feel like those work probably the best over everything else. Rubber gloves. I don't personally like wearing gloves, but when I used to work here, I don't know how many times it saved my hands just from little cuts. You'd be surprised. I think when we was working here, I don't know, we go through a set of gloves in about a week. I mean, you'd be surprised how often you're just going along. So you think you don't have gloves on, just think how your hands are going to look if you're, I mean, look at working in here, you're working in metal all the time. And out on the roof, you're not working with sheet metal, maybe not near as much to the edges, but I don't know how many times it saved our hands. So I would always recommend having a lot of gloves on hand. They got this bottom part here that goes on your fascia. They've got this bent as far as they can. I think this is as far as you can on the machine. You can only bend that so far. So there'd be some roofs, if you got like a 12-12 or a 12-12 or something like that, you may still have to put a little pressure on that. But they bend this as far as the machine allows. And if you can understand, there are limitations. This bend here is about as far as that machine will bend. So you say, hey, why can't you get that bent more? Well, that's as far as it'll go. You'll just have to either hand bend a little bit more or just press it up as tight as you can and get it screwed. So this is your residential eave. Your drip edge. The standing seam versus if you come in and you want to make sure that they know what you're doing, because standing seam trim versus ag panel trim they're two totally different things. And the reason it's got, you want to grab that panel? The reason it's got this is so that goes on and then you crimp that tight. That way you ain't got air coming up underneath and pulling your panels up. So you'll crimp all those tight. Yep. Yep. Yeah. People in the past I've seen have put fasteners. They don't bend it over and they'll put fasteners right here. Well, then again, your hidden fastener roof is no longer a hidden fastener roof because there's fasteners there. I mean, if you want to do that, that's totally fine. Well, it's totally up to you. I wouldn't recommend doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my bottom drip edge on, and then we'll work up here, get all my drip edge on here, my valley piece. I'm gonna work on the bottom one first. That way you can see kind of how that is, and then I'll work on my dormer. I don't know how many guys you guys normally work with on a crew. Panel prep, that's probably one of the things that take the longest. Wow, that and trim. It'd be good to have, if you can get 2 or 3 guys that you feel comfortable with, get them working on trim and get them to a point where they know what they're doing and they do a very good job. If you can get 2 or 3 of your guys to do that, because the trim and prepping panels, that's usually what takes the longest. Hey, thanks for checking out these videos. Hope what you learned was very valuable for you. If you've got any questions or comments or would like to see something else, please reach out on our email or on our website. Thank you.